excuse now, he's saying, for being miserable. No excuse at all. Okay? Right. Somebody, I've got a grandson, okay? Still at school, looks like still at school to me, because he's showing me a chalkboard with a whatever on. Do we still have chalkboards? Or is he just going back to chalkboard? Right, at school, doing really well at school, very, very clever. Is this your son? Who's
my grandson.
Okay, right, okay. Because I've got grandson at school, very clever. They would have called it reading, writing and arithmetic, but anyway, very clever when it comes to analytical solutions, equations. This is the type of thing that... No, yeah, but listen. What did I say to you before we started? Okay, I've got at the moment a chalkboard, a blackboard with chalk, okay? Because that's his way of showing it for how he would whatever. But that little boy, I'm telling you now, he's telling me, yeah, he's going to be able to do analytical whatever, doing things. I'm on the street with, okay? He's, you're not going to be able to say brother, are you? Because he's probably not going to. It's not going to be open to that, is it? What? Hold on, let's try and work out. And I've got. She's done what? I'm trying to find a way. Your brother obviously wouldn't be open to this type of thing, just like he wasn't open when he was here. What about your sister-in-law?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Well, he's saying it's not. They don't need to necessarily know. He'd just like all of you to know that he's very, very proud anyway. So irrespective of whether you can go and tell him, he's really proud. So he wants to say, okay? Because if he was here, he'd be going, oh, you never believe what he's done. Watch where he's going to go, is what he's saying. Yeah? Because he's going to be clever. Okay? I've got a Joel. That's an unusual name. Now, I'm not sure whether that's, if you write it down, I'm not sure whether that's a friend that the little boy's going to make, okay? Or what, but I've got the name Joel, J-O-E-L, okay? Right, is somebody thinking of going on a cruise or doing something, but we're talking about a Caribbean cruise? Well, in fact, the actual words I've got in my head are Trinidad. So we're talking about going on some sort of Caribbean cruise. Has anybody booked a holiday recently? Okay. Well, you need to write it down because I've got a cruise, and if the cruise comes up, the cruise is going to be like, you know, Caribbean, that's West Indies, isn't it? But I've actually got Trinidad as one of the words that I've got in it. Okay? Sorry, he's going to start me off now with the gollywog on the... What? No, I can't do that. Sorry, you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, fine. That's not politically correct. I've just told him. He's talking about, but he's mentioned that, and now he's talking about, you know, like the gollywog on the thing. That you're not. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, it's still on there.
Yeah. Are they? Okay. Well, you understand what I'm talking about. It's also. Right, has she got one on there?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Right, okay. Right, I've got Smethwick. Oh, he really wants to take, he's talking about proper nostalgia now, he's talking about going down memory lane, and he's talking about Smith. Is that where you grew up or lived?
Yeah,
Is that where he grew up or lived?
No.
So
what? Where we're from.
Oh, right, okay, that's fine. Fine. Smethwick, because he's gone all whatever about it. And he said, I'm getting all like nostalgic now. You know, when you look down and you think to yourself, you know, it wasn't a bad life. That's what he just said to me. Yeah, he's saying that, you know, there's been hardships and whatever, but when he looks, the whole thing looks down for everybody and the love and whatever. His words are, it wasn't a bad life. Do you know what I mean? That you don't need to be worried about me. Is what he's saying. Yeah. Especially now we told you about the Christmas tree. Right, he's also showing me biscuits, and they look like, I've got custard creams, and I've also got something that look like those lemon puff things. No? Do you understand that?
Right.
What? No.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what, you lot need some communication going on here. Lemon puffs.
Yeah.
I can only remember them because, do you want one of these? How are we doing with the tissues at the back row? Yeah, lemon puffs. Okay, I only remember that because my grandmother used to have lemon puffs. Right. He's having a bit of a party up there now, isn't he? Right. He would have liked to have thought he's talking about a bit of jiving going on. Okay? Because well, if he was here, that'd be great because I love jiving. Sorry, that's why you just see me do that. I'm like, woohoo! Here we go. A bit of jiving going on for you.
Yeah.
He's sort of looking, you know, like as if he was here. He'd be coming up to you, going, "Come on, let's get up and have a dance," you know. So he needs you to know that as well, because whatever happened to his physical body and whatever, that's all gone. Do you know what I mean? He's back jiving. Which is a shame because the young men can't do that anymore. Although we could probably teach Darren because he's a great dancer. But yeah, jiving he's talking about. Okay, so he's talking about Smellick, he's talking about jiving. You know, this is specifically for you. He wants to, you know. So, because obviously I know you're all connected and you can all take some of it, but there are bits that he wants. He's pointing at. Sorry, I'm saying that. You know, he's gone. She needs to know that's just for a, you know, what's between them. Right. He's also showing me what looks like. So I can't even see. I'm looking at your hand now to check what he's describing me. I've got a dress ring, and it would have looked like it's got some stones in it, maybe even an emerald.
Yeah.
Yeah? You ain't got it on, have you?
No.
Why?
Because it don't fit.
Oh, right, okay. Because I'm looking, he's showing me something and he's talking about a dress ring and he's talking about you and he's talking about with an emerald in. And then I've looked at your hands and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
okay. Because he's looking and he's going, and now I'm staring at you now going, oh no, what? And he's going, look at the ring with the emeralds. And I've gone, well, there ain't no ring with the emeralds. It doesn't fit. Okay. Can you not put it on your necklace or can you not go down it bigger?
Yeah.
He's referring to that, like, you know, like say when you carry something around in your pocket with you. And he's going, well, you know, he quite likes that ring and he'd like you to wear the ring. If you put it on a necklace or, you understand, is that alright?
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind.
No.
But that's because he wants you to think of him often with the love, and that ring symbolised exactly that, and that's why he's specifically described the emerald ring, and he wants you to have it, you know, even if it's on your necklace close to your heart or whatever. So can you do that for him? Is that alright? Yeah. Well, he's a bit sentimental, isn't he, considering that he didn't believe much. He's on a roll now. Right, okay. Oh, he showed me that now. He's just trying to make me laugh. About who did that? That Ernie the milkman. I know you mentioned the milk, but who did? Was that a comedian that did Ernie the milkman?
Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay, because he's just gone Ernie the milkman, and you mentioned milk, and then he shouted in my ear. So it's some sort of silly song, isn't it? Or I don't know. He's just said Ernie the milkman, and you'll know what he's talking about. Oh, bless him. Right, and I've got a box of Black Magic chocolates. So who is it that really likes? Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
God, you've got loads of attention tonight, haven't you? Right, Black Magic chocolates as well. Oh, bless him. You can't say that he hasn't. He ain't done his bit tonight. Do you know what I mean? Because he's got. He only needed is that your grandmother, the lady? Who's the lady? He only needed her to, if you like, make an introduction to anchor the energy, and then it was in. So it's just imagine that she was there and she's opened the door, all graciously. She's stepped back so that he can. Yeah, he's saying these messages are long overdue. Okay, so I don't know whether in the 3-4 years I've run you been to have a reading.
No.
Oh right, okay. Because he's saying to me these messages are long overdue. Okay, that you've all spent time down here over the years. Worrying and whatever. He says, and if only you'd had the chance earlier. So he wants you, it's like he's trying to explain. It isn't that he hasn't been trying, but none of you have given him the opportunity because you haven't got. I mean, that's why.
You took her to the church, didn't I? Didn't I?
But
They
in
haven't
fact,
been in the right frame of mind to do
I know,
that.
but he's saying, in fairness, and my guides have pointed out to me at this time, even though Tony said that, which is right, everything happens in divine and rightful timing. He's pleased because he's got all of you. And obviously, if we were in church, I wouldn't be able to spend as much time as I am doing. Do you know what I mean? I'd have been able to come and go blah, 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 a few 5 minutes and I'd be off. So this probably is what we call divine and rightful timing. But he's saying the messages are long overdue because he's been, you know, when something's on the tip of your tongue, he's been like, you know, when somebody's looking down, and like I said to you, there's no time in spirit, but he's been looking down, you know, and there's so much, because he's really quite excited, there's so much that he wants to try and get out. He's talking about Weymouth.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay, so much, you know, and so much of it is sentimental and so important. That's why he's talking about Smethwick and Ernie, you know, and everything is spot on, you know. And in fairness, he's had his, for a man that didn't believe, the 3-4 years have given him time, although they don't have time in spirit, have given him time to adjust, okay? And so, you know, if ever you go and have another reading now, there should be no reason why that reader doesn't pick him up, because I mean, you've heard him loud and clear, so you know he's right with all of you. So if they're not getting him, that's more to do with their ability, not to do with him, because believe you me, he's settled in, right? That's what he's saying. He's saying, I've settled in, I've got myself set out, I'm settled in, I know where I am. I'm not in any suffering, I'm happy, I can do a bit of jiving, I can, you know. So he's saying that, you know, you should all have what you need now, you know, to be able to move forward. I've got Mucklow Hill.
Yeah.
We'll go that's out towards the Black Country, isn't it? Whatever, as long as you...
Yeah.
I don't have to understand, I'm just doing the, what do you call it, the passing on the information. I've got Mucklow Hill. Excuse me. So, was he had a problem towards the end with the dry throat and the breathing, and you'll have to excuse me a minute. And I'm not going to spit. I've just let that through. Right, now, while he's on a roll of doing he's done his nostalgia and whatever, now he's talking about, who is it down here, because now he's talking about giving out his bit of advice and whatever, but he's done you, so he's moving on now. Somebody that needs to do something with their cholesterol. Somebody down here needs to look at their cholesterol, because he's shown me whatever you're cooking with, or the oil, or whatever you're using, or something like that, something to do with cholesterol, okay? So just, you make a note of it, so he's looking down, so it's about cutting back, I don't know, fats and oils, I'm not a doctor, he's just talking about the cholesterol. Nothing hugely, you know, but just, he's just watching and wants to make sure everybody's healthy and taking care. Okay, and he's talking about, I've got like on my arms or skin, like some sort of eczema or psoriasis.
Yeah.
Who, is that you that has that?
No.
Or, but do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's talking about somebody down here connected into you that has like eczema or psoriasis.
I mean, mine have it not there.
Do you, okay, but you understand he's talking about eczema.
Yeah.
So is that, are we with you?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh right, okay. Well, he's just showing. You've got to say yes because he can't give me the rest of the information. Right, okay. Some of this is saying.